Well, hello everyone. I know we still have a few more people joining us. It's really nice to have you here on our last CTN's last webinar, at least of the year, not ever, because we have a very exciting 2025 lineup for you. I'm Becca Wright. I work on the capacity building team here at CTN, but we have a lot of presenters today full of good holiday and end of year cheer. Our theme for today is the gift of digital inclusion, and that's exactly the point of view that we want to take. We know that even in scheduling this webinar, we knew like, hey, let's do it as close to the beginning of December as possible because this is such a busy time. This can also be a very stressful time of the year. So we stand like in this moment of balance and in this moment of a little bit of tension of some really good things and some maybe stressful things. So some good things are that we're here together today. We believe in the work that we do. We're in the middle of the holiday season. We're approaching end of year. Some of the stressful things can be the very same things. We're in the middle of the holiday season. We're approaching the end of the year. There's family, good and stressful. I know that particularly in our professional field, many of us are waiting to hear about funding decisions. We're waiting to hear about the future of our work, the future of our organizational structure. So very much in the balance. So what we wanted to do at CTN was the Oprah giveaway of the digital inclusion world. You get a class and you get a class and you get a class and you get a class. So that's what we had wanted to do. And we wanted to invite so many of our leaders and friends and partners to join us today. And so without further ado, here is what we'd like to do. It's 12/12, so it's December 12th, and we're giving away 12 things. I would like to start with our lineup of folks, and I actually think a couple of CTN's leaders that we were going to start with might be running a few minutes late because they're actually in a meeting to decide some of the ways forward for CTN. One thing that I would like to ask all of you who are joining us, when we do the giveaways, if possible, because all of our presenters are going to share some things with us and then they're going to do a giveaway. If possible, if your name is called, could you turn on your camera and could you just say like, hey, I'm here? I know you might not all be in that position. So if you're not able to and you just want to chime in on chat and let us know that you're here, that's great. But if we could see your little face, that would be even greater. So if at all possible, please let us see you. Here's what I would like to ask of our presenters. And I was going to start with Cami, but I don't believe that Cami has hopped over on our call yet. So can I please?
Am here, and I'm trying to put on my fancy Christmas earrings.
Well, let me give you a moment to do that because that is soups important with your red glasses and your red sweater. Well, here's what I would like to ask of our presenters. Please remember to tell us your name, tell us your organization and your title there, tell us your relationship with CTN, and then here's what we're all going to take away. Please tell us like a lesson that you've learned in 2024, or perhaps some type of advice or some type of tip of resilience that you might share with others as we go into the holiday season, the winter break, the end of year. And then I will help you with your giveaway. And so with that said, now that Cami is properly adorned, I will turn it over to Cami Griffiths, CTN's Executive Director and Co-founder. Go, Cami.
Yay! Thank you all for being here. This is such a good idea. So Cami Griffiths, Executive Director and Co-founder of Community Tech Network. I started doing CTN related work in 2007, before it was even a nonprofit. um, while I was working for TechSoup,
I have roasting green beans if you want any.
CTN was a project,
Okay.
and I love the power of the mute button. So CTN started as a project of TechSoup, and I was like, hey, CTN looks awesome. I want to help out. So I did, and one thing led to another, and here we are. And it has been an awesome ride. Fun fact, 12 years ago today, I got married on 12/12/12. So it's our 12th anniversary. So I do appreciate the little 12 theme going on here. So lesson learned, which I feel like I've learned this lesson and then forgot it, and I'm learning it and I'm trying to embed it as a habit, which is, and some of you will be like, seriously, Cami, but this is very important. Planning is critical. So you're really stating this is what we want to do, and that once you say that, you're very intentional about doing it, and then you communicate with everybody that that's what you want to do. What happened for me, at least, is I was the only person back in the day, and I was a volunteer. And then it grew to 2 people and 3 people, and now we're like 24 full-time people and contractors, and it's awesome. But as you grow, not everybody's in my head, which is a very good thing. But that means they don't understand what I'm thinking, or the director of different departments, they also need to communicate what their plan is. So trying to embed these habits of planning, being intentional, and communicating the plan. And then I will also add a tip of resilience, because I find myself dropping into this rut of like the hamster wheel of email. Just catch yourself when you're doing it, step away from the email. Don't open up the email, but that feeling of like, oh, I'm being productive because I'm answering emails. Actually, you're not. You are just distracting yourself from whatever it is, the thing that you're trying to avoid, like cleaning your house instead of writing a proposal. So try not to be all like busy, busy on the hamster wheel of email, but really think about, okay, what's the most important thing I need to accomplish today, and do that first. And if you catch yourself, oh, let me just go see if I have email, just like stop yourself. Don't do it. Just get back to that project that you don't want to do, but you have to do because it's the most important. And I'm done.
No, you're not, because I have a couple of follow-up questions that we all might be wondering. Well, one's a question and one's a comment. The comment is, I think that the email thing, like the cleaning the house thing, like it's such an insidious habit because you feel like you're being productive, when really you're keeping yourself from doing like maybe the hottest topics that you need to be working on. But Cami, let me ask you this as something that is probably helpful for all of us, and then you'll be off the hook and can do your giveaway. When you say that, like planning, like focus on planning and then focus on adequately communicating that, what does it look like for you to plan? How do you do it? How do you work it into your schedule? How do you make it happen? Like, what does that actually look like?
So this year for CTN, we did something we've never done before, which is bring the leadership together to physically work through next year's to begin working on a plan. Previous years, we've stated, oh, here's the priorities, but those priorities didn't necessarily trickle down to the departments, and so each department had like their work plans based on what they thought they needed to do, and they weren't always necessarily in alignment with what the strategic priorities were. So we all met for about a day and a half and did some exercises that led to 4 priorities. And of those priorities, there will then be initiatives for each department that they will then have to work on. So for me, it's just making sure this project of getting the plan done gets done. That's my priority, so that by the board meeting in January, I can present to the board, here are the priorities, here are what the different departments are working on that roll up into that, and then I'll let the board know, but I won't have this ready by then. Each department, their staff will have work plans and goals that align with that plan that aligns with this plan. And it all sounds so easy, but it's really not, because guess what? You have to do that while doing your already very busy job. I'm really not sure how people do it, other than they just stay up late and get up early and don't eat properly. So that's how the planning works. So for me personally, I like the idea of spending time in the morning really thinking about your day and being thoughtful about, okay, I have to get these, and just building that habit, even though, oh, email, it's so fun. Get in there and do stuff and like, yeah, but stop checking the email. Really focus on the hard stuff that has to happen. The urgent, what do they say? Important, but not urgent. So for me, is the important, but not urgent. And so I'm not like on top of something and being like, fire drill, guess what? We have to get this thing done by tomorrow, because nobody wants to hear that from their manager. But it's like, hey, there's this thing happening in 2 months. What are the things we need to do? Plan for making that thing happen in 2 months. And so I'm going to keep saying it. Like, I think plan is the word of the year. Like, I might have to get it like temporarily tattooed somewhere.
You could have a shirt that says Plan TM for trademark.
Plan and then do. But back in the early days, I was like, I'm just going to get this done. And then you're like, well, how do you prove that you did anything? Like, there's so many like lessons learned. It could be its own webinar on things I would do differently if I could go back in time.
Well, let's see your earrings while we announce your giveaway. There they are, ladies and gentlemen and folks joining us. Cami is giving away a free enrollment in Appropriately, our online course titled Managing Digital Navigators. And Cami's giving it away to Joe Alfaro. Joe, are you here? Can we see you soups quick? I like to give people a minute. Okay. Joe, okay, he's here. He's in the chat. Joe Alfaro, one Managing Digital Navigators class is yours. For all of our winners today, I'll follow up, me, Becca, I'll follow up with you in the coming days with your gift. And Cami, you're getting a lot of happy anniversary chats as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cami. Let's move on to Suzanne, who, let me say while Suzanne is joining us, that it is her birthday. So we have an anniversary and we have a birthday. Suzanne.
Hi, everyone. My name is Suzanne Larson, and I am the Digital Equity Program Coordinator for Mission Road Ministries. We are delighted to be connected to CTN through the Methodist Healthcare Ministries Community Partnership. And they have so far been a great boon, and I expect even greater things coming in January after meeting with Ethan. If I could give one piece of advice to those of you who are struggling to bring digital equity to individuals who may seem reluctant to engage with technology, it would be this: take your time and approach the challenge with patience and understanding. Most people in this situation are experiencing technophobia. Yes, it is a real phenomenon, and it's entirely normal and acceptable to have this reaction. We have faced those challenges not only with our clients that we serve, but also with our staff members, that they are just very resistant to change. I've been doing it on paper for 30 years, and now you're asking me to do it on digitally. So it's sometimes a struggle, but if you approach it with patience and understanding, usually you can surmount those obstacles with the people that you serve. So thank you very much.
And Suzanne, can I jump in? This year, I mean, your entire background and your work has been in technology. Am I correct in that when I was originally getting to know you? And you've recently, within the past year or two, switched over to the digital skills world. Is that correct?
That is correct. I have been in IT for over 35 years. And my last job was still IT, but I guess you could say there was a little bit of digital equity there, because at least dealing with the staff members, because again, I've been doing this for 30 years on paper. Why do I need to submit this electronically? But I was actually told by a store manager, my last job was for a retail company. So a store manager told me, he said the prior IT manager had absolutely no patience, always talked down to me like I was stupid. You show such understanding that I'm actually confident in my computer skills now.
Hmm.
So I've been trying to use that same methodology with the digital equity role that I have taken on at Mission Road, of just being understanding. Not everyone has the amount, and I'm sorry if my voice is cracking, I've been sick. So not everyone has the background or the skills that I have or someone else may have. Doesn't, and some people are, like I said, some people are just frightened of technology. So making sure they understand that it's okay to have these feelings and we're going to work together to overcome them helps a lot.
You bring up such a good point. In the classes that you're going to be giving away, actually, some of the material that's covered is subject matter expertise, and how being an expert at something doesn't mean that we can teach it very well, because we take it for granted the things that we're really, really good at. And one reminder that you're giving us is that other people may actually be scared of the very thing that we're an expert in and trying to show them. And that's important to remember. And don't try to tell us that you're sick. We know that you've been out partying for your birthday, and that's really why you're hoarse. Let's be honest. I'm just teasing. So
I
the
wish.
Suzanne is helping us give away 2 free enrollments. So the following folks, if you can possibly turn on your camera and just say hi. The first is Linda Longoria.
I'm here.
So nice to see you, Linda. I will be following up with you, and a very, very happy holidays and congratulations.
Thank you. And that had to be because I'm a December birthday as well, Suzanne. So there you go, birthday buddies.
Happy birthdays all around. Do we also have Annette Arena? Annette, oh, Avina, Annette Avina. Okay, Annette's here, but unable to use the camera. Annette, you are still a winner, my friend. Congratulations to you too. And thank you for Suzanne's very good technological advice when we're working with folks. Up next is Chris Berger.
Hey, people. Cordelia, it's great to see you. Josie, Cammie. My name is Chris Berger. I'm the Technology Program Manager for EAH Housing. Relationship with CTN. Well, I'll start with a little history. I used to be part of a group that was the managed services provider for all the senior computer labs in San Francisco. There were 64 of them. And I remember we would be in there fixing desktops and modems and wiring and cabling, all sorts of stuff. And I'd see these really patient individuals in the labs with the seniors, just taking their time and putting the whole room at ease. And of course, we're trying to fix stuff, so we're in a hurry, we're stressed. And I'm like, why are those people over there so calm? And they looked like they didn't have a care in the world. It was CTN tutors. So I fell in love with CTN because of that. And I said, these people, wow, they just, and this is San Francisco circa 2016, right? When everyone's hustling a lot more than now, but back then. Um, but I am also a partner with CTN, where we do the CPUC's California Advanced Services Fund digital literacy adoption grants, where we teach our seniors, our veterans, our mixed families, our special needs folks digital literacy. And I am also happy to be on the board CTN. So that just tells you how much I love CTN. I'm all up in CTN. I have a quote that I like to say to offer. And let me first give props again to CTN. I just got off the Connect Home 3-day virtual summit. And whoever came up with the idea for a diagnostic needs assessment, oh, it's beautiful. I mean, you got to the cellular, beyond cellular, the DNA. I love that. So props to whoever did that. Here is my quote. First of all, I say to be in this realm. Oh, there you are, Jessica. Jessica brought the energy. I love it. And you changed.
I'm cold.
Hey, y'all. Right. Jessica brought the energy today at the conference. So thank you, Jessica. I like to say something. It's usually I say when I'm teaching a class, I say HA Tech YTD. And HA is the acronym. In this realm, as in life, stay hungry and humble. HAA, HA. Tech. If you get an email, do you trust it? Are you expecting that email? TE and then K, tech. Do you know this person? Right? And YTD is for all of tech. You're in control. Take your time and don't trust it. And one of the things I always say is the most important network is the human network.
Oh.
And your network is your network. So there you have it.
Oh, thank you for that, Chris. One of the things I think right as everybody was joining, we were complimenting Chris on his background, and I said, but that also reminds me of AI right now. It's like you're in the middle of AI, and it's a really beautiful sentiment that the most important network is the human one. I mean, that is the one that is real and not artificial, right?
IRL.
Such an important reminder. Thank you, Chris, and all the 475,000 ways you're connected to CTN. So Chris is giving away 1 free enrollment in managing digital navigators. Do we have Lori Dean? Can we see you or hear from you, Lori Dean?
Hello, can you see me?
There
Thank
you
you.
are.
I appreciate that. I don't know. Can you guys see me? I can't see myself.
Yes,
okay.
we can see you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Well, I hope that at least in some capacity you work with Digital Navigator staff or with managing or overseeing or influence, because this is the perfect course for that.
So we are actually, I'm with Relay Colorado and the Colorado Public Utilities Commission, but also the CPT, which is the Colorado, or CTP, the Colorado Technology Program. So they provide equipment for those who are deaf and hard of hearing. So we're all about, digital, like accessibility, equity, all of that. So this, I don't know if that would be good for me or whatever you think.
Absolutely. And I'm going to put you on the spot because I'm in Colorado. Where are you?
So I am actually, the Public Utilities Commission is in Denver, but I live in Southeast Aurora.
Gosh, I work very closely with Anschutz Medical Campus. You stop it right now being in Aurora.
Yeah.
I'm in Palmer Lake, but I worked in Denver for a bajillion years. I'm so glad to have another Colorado peep.
Yeah, we just try to, as an outreach specialist, I just try to make sure that individuals have, accessibility to digital technology. We try to do classes to help seniors, especially seniors, be able to navigate their new technology, and a lot of them don't have access or don't have internet, and so that's been a struggle. And so we're just in navigating all of that and like having the patience and all those kinds of things. It's definitely something that you have to learn, and not just take the phone from them and
Yes.
do it for them. They actually have to go through the steps, or they're just going to hand it off to someone else to do it again.
This is great, Lori. Congratulations, and I'm going to follow up with you about enrollment in this course and just getting involved, with you in whatever ways we can
Absolutely.
do that.
I would love that.
Oh, great. Thank you so much, Lori.
I'll put my information in the chat.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Coming up next, Shay, are you ready?
Yes, hi guys. My name's Shay Weiland. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer here at Sunrise Homeless Navigation Center. We are located in Austin, Texas. We have been in the news recently, so we should be very popular and everyone should know everything we do these days. But just a bit about how we have been connected to CTN. We were initially connected to CTN through the Methodist Healthcare Ministries Digital Equity and Inclusion Grant. So we are coming up into our second year of that grant with Methodist Healthcare Ministries. That grant was able to bring a computer lab to our in-person day center in South Austin, where we serve over 300 people a day experiencing homelessness or at risk of experiencing homelessness. And we do that through kind of walk-up services. So clients are able to walk up to our center. Most of our services are outdoors, but our computer lab is indoors. And so they will come up and kind of talk to our navigators about what they're experiencing and what services they might want to take advantage of while they are there. They are able to grab a warm meal, some coffee, meet with mental health care workers, physical health care workers, housing workers, and then also be encouraged to visit our computer lab. And so the computer lab has been a huge success for our team and our clients. We talk a lot at Sunrise about how we are empowering people experiencing homelessness to actually resolve their homelessness with our support, but also on their own to some degree, right? And so sometimes that empowerment word can be a bit taboo, but in our work, we really do work really hard to provide the tools for our clients to then make the choices that they want to make, whether that is to pursue housing or not to pursue housing. And so the computer lab has been like a phenomenal tool to that, because sometimes I was talking to one of our team members who was in the computer lab the other day, and it was like sometimes it's just helping set up someone with an email address that first day. And then the next time they might actually want to take the next step to apply for food stamps or to look for a job. And so it's been really cool to just kind of see how the clients have been able to utilize that computer lab. I use my computer lab at the library all the time. It's always to print. I literally go to print all the time, right? And so it's like, what are our clients going to use it for? And so that's been really great to see. And a lot of clients pursuing education. We were able to leverage our partnership with CTN and Methodist Healthcare Ministries to also secure some funds from AT&T, specifically to help our clients that are pursuing educational opportunities. And so it's just with that, we are able now to distribute a whole variety of digital devices. We focus primarily on solar powered chargers. If you've never used a solar powered charger, they're phenomenal, especially if you're living out in the woods and don't have a lot of access to electricity. So we distribute a lot of those, but we also do distribute hotspots, phones, tablets, and laptops, depending on the needs of the clients and kind of what their situation is. And then another thing that we're doing that is, again, just kind of like very independent a model is we do have device storage and charging stations. So we've always kind of had like a plug outside of Sunrise, but that's obviously not going to be super helpful if you have 300 people there a day. And so now we actually have a full standalone, like those Amazon locker style charging rolling carts. Don't know if anyone else has those. Very cool. And so we have one of those for cell phones. And then we also have a mail window. We receive mail for over 8,000 clients at our South Austin in-person location. And through that window, we're also able to check in other larger devices. And then through our volunteer program, they're charging those devices and then distributing them back out after a day or so, depending on our clients' needs. So all that to say, this has been a new venture for us to get into digital equity and inclusion. I will say I'm looking around at some of the people in the webinar. We are not digital experts. We are not CTM. Like we are not super, you could ask me like, well, what kind of trainings are you doing? Like I'm leaving that to the experts. Our team has been trained by CTN. We are so grateful for that. We say that we are experts in navigating resources and connecting people to homes. And so just to have this like added bonus for our clients, we served over 10,800 people last year. It's just like incredible to see what our clients are going to do with those tools, just to have that as an opportunity. So it's been really neat. It's still new. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like for us in the future as we continue with this contract. I want to stay within the theme of lessons learned in 2024 or kind of words for resilience. As I mentioned, Sunrise has come under attacks recently for the work that we have done in our community. If you're not in Austin, you're not familiar with the heavy politics around homelessness. It's always been a big challenge. And Austin area specifically, we're at crisis mode. And sometimes it can be extremely overwhelming, especially with the climate of like possible funding losses, right? I think everyone's kind of feeling that. There's just never enough when your city hasn't done the right infrastructure and planning to take care of the most vulnerable residents of our community. And so I say that because these last couple of weeks at our organization have been extremely challenging. When your organization and the great work you're doing is coming under question, it can really challenge morale. It can challenge even just your volunteers, your funders, just kind of like why are we alone? Feeling very isolated. And so I say that because I think that our team has done a really, really good job at helping support not only our staff, but our volunteers and our supporters, our funders, in that we are day to day, like moving forward with the great work we're doing. And just making sure to tell people that and be very mindful in the fact that we believe that the work we're doing is so important for our clients, and nothing is going to stand in the way of that. And that has been really hard. I'm sure we've all had tearful days or anxious days or days where you're just like, oh, this nonprofit work or whatever our big goal is really challenging. But having the power of community and putting literally just one step in front of the other and doing the best we can, I think is really all we can do. And so those are kind of my words of wisdom. I have been at many organizations where when you're doing marketing communications, you can get into that kind of scary communications of like, funding is scarce, we need this, we need that. And my kind of takeaway has always been, let's focus actually on the positive and all the great work we're doing, because that's really what's at the heart and what's important. And if one day the funding dries up and this nonprofit or that one has to cease, like at least we still did the best that we could do with the resources that we had and the time we were given. Because we, as a lot of folks in nonprofit, right, like we only have the capacity to carry so much, and it isn't our responsibility to carry what's happening at a government level, at a municipal city level, with a funder who just doesn't understand the great work you're doing. As you can only carry so much. And so I think for me, I would encourage everyone as you go through times of challenge to be resilient and knowing, one, you have community, reach out to support, but also don't feel like you have to carry everything alone. You don't. You should also have a really nice weekend, a really good holiday, a nice day off, whatever that looks like. Go take a walk and take care of yourself as well. So with that, we are doing another drawing. So Becca, what do you got for us?
You know what? I got something totes apropos for you, Shay. CTN wants to give a shout out to Sunrise Austin. We had conflicting feelings even asking Sunrise Austin to be a part of this because of the very hard and unfair pressure that they're undergoing right now. And it means a lot for us that you're here. And I also want to point out you are getting a ton of compliments on your
Totem high.
glasses
Thank
in the
you.
chat.
Thank you.
So
I
just want you
have to wear them
know.
to see.
So so everyone, please, this is another reminder to stick around at the end. I'm going to be making just a couple of very quick and exciting announcements. And one of those is about the course that we have wanted Sunrise Austin to give away, which is a brand new course that CTN is about to publish and release called Public Benefits Enrollment. It's all about specialists and it's all about providing support of all kinds to crucial public benefits. And with that, we do random drawings on the back end, but it just so happens when I saw the name that comes up, Shay, this is going to a person who does vital community work in the Northeast. Anna Verbuk. Hello, my friend. Are you on the call?
Yes, I am. Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Becca.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anna Verbuk has been on a past webinar of ours and does vital community work with senior populations, teaching them digital skills, and it's actually a residential. And just the fact that public benefits could go to Anna is fantastic. So Anna, I am so happy to be following up with you. Congratulations. And Shay, it means the world to us that you're joining us and partnering with CTN. And this is just the beginning and your glasses look beautiful. And Belinda is our next presenter.
Hello. Thank you, Becca. My name is Belinda Parker Mendoza. I'm on my second AmeriCorps Vista contract as the Digital Inclusion Vista with Opportunity Homes Connect Home program in San Antonio, Texas. I started with Opportunity Home in 2022, but I've been with Connect Home since 2017. I started as a resident. I was introduced to Community Tech Network by my former supervisor for the Connect Home program here at Opportunity Home. That supervisor who is now and has been for some time, I think she's a senior digital equity program manager for the Community Tech Network, Miss Jessica Strong. She's the one who trained me from the ground up. Actually, it's because of her guidance that I'm even able to speak in public and at least seem at ease and share at events like this. So this is all her fault. One reflection of 2024 I would like to share is to manage your time wisely. Being in not only a digital world, but in a world and community that strives for digital equity and inclusion can be quite challenging to balance. This community is in such high demand. Technology is always changing and we have to adapt and change with it. We have to want to be a part of this community. And for that, we do our jobs well. And it shows on a daily basis. I look at us like we're all on the same double dutch team. There's so much hopping from one leg to the other, so much so that sometimes it can be like you can feel overwhelmed. Just remember that this is a team and you can look to the person next to you to jump in for you or with you. That person that's just an email or a chat away when you need assistance. We're here for one another. We all see the bigger picture of equality and inclusion. Just remember that, we just need to lean on each other, root for one another. Our time is managed better and it's more balanced that way. That way you can manage your time wisely. by utilizing each other. Use your resources and other partners so that we can all be, better prepared to advocate and assist the community that will need our hearts and our minds next year in 2025.
Belinda, I appreciate your advice because I know that it's so authentic. Belinda was part of our webinar on college students and digital inclusion. I would like to mention that Belinda must be great at managing your time because you are close to your family. You are doing your work at Opportunity Home, and you're pursuing a degree, and you're doing these additional outreach events with CTN and also just within your community. And you're a go-to person and a go-to resource for so many different people that managing your time wisely enables you to show up more for other people because you've got your things. Hopefully you've herded your cats pretty well.
We make it
Well,
look
and
easy,
Belinda has a
guys, and it's
4.0.
not. Like, sorry.
Belinda has a 4.0. I have to add that in there because you won't brag on yourself, Belinda. Belinda has a 4.0 and has retained that as well. So she does manage her time very well.
Yeah.
Well, and in that spirit, Belinda, the class that we're having you help us give away is teaching digital skills. So that people can get a 4.0 in our course on teaching digital skills because you have such academic experience. So please, folks, if we can see your little face, please show it. But if you just chat us to show us you're here, that'll work. Do we have Carolyn Placente?
Yes, I'm here. Oh, marvelous. Thank you so very much.
Well, congratulations to you, Carolyn, and it's so great to see you.
I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
A very happy holidays, and I'll follow up with you. Do we have Anita Lee?
Oh my God. Yes, you do.
There she is. This is fantastic.
I'm getting a gift. I'm going to dance.
I feel like if you're going to dance, then I have to do the Oprah thing of like, you get a class and you get a class. Anita, same to you. A very, very happy holiday season, and you'll be hearing from me soon.
Okay, wait. Which class did I get?
Teaching digital skills. It's all about teaching adults. It's like teaching strategies, scaffolding lessons, good communication and listening strategies.
It's going to be amazing. I don't wait. Oh, was I supposed to say words? I will shut up.
You know what? Give us some last thoughts.
You shouldn't give a preacher's kid a mic. So.
No, give us some last thoughts.
Oh,
Nina, you are adorbs.
Oh no. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate this. I am a long-term CTN fan. And this is going to be so helpful because I'm currently in Illinois helping them stand up a statewide digital navigator program. And so I am a big fan of Cami. Cami is a person that yes, you did hear PK. Is a person that I had the pleasure and honor of knowing in the beginning of my digital inclusion or digital equity journey back in 2015. So yeah, I'm so happy.
Fantastic. This is so awesome. Next up, our buddy Adam. Is Adam with us? No way, you guys. Adam has been our just like go-to guy in all of our webinars forever. I hope everything is okay. And I will check in with him before we are done. But in the interest of time, I do want to keep us moving on because the other person with very cool glasses on the call today is Cordelia.
Oh, hello. Thank you. Honored to be in the Cool Glasses Club with some other fabulous people on this call. My name's Cordelia McGee-Tubb. I am really excited to be like celebrating CTN and all of the great work that all of you are doing at your organizations today. A little bit about me. Professionally, I'm a digital accessibility specialist and a design technologist, which is kind of a fancy term for I make websites, and I make those websites at eBay currently. I also serve on CTN's board and I'm the newly minted secretary of the board. So I'm typing up all these notes about all the wonderful things that CTN is doing. And I've also been a volunteer with CTN since 2013. I've been a technology tutor. So started out just kind of working in different computer labs, helping whoever came in. Chris and I were joking, maybe I hope that I was one of those compassionate tutors who you ran into, but who knows? And for the past several years, I've been a technology tutor for the Senior Vitality Program, so helping older adults over the course of a year develop their iPad skills, and it's really fun to see that growth. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of CTN, huge fan of Cami, huge fan of all of the people who I've met through the CTN network, both the people at this organization as well as all of the amazing learners who I've met along the way. I think a big lesson I wanted to share, and this kind of ties back a little bit to what Belinda was saying about managing your time wisely. Really, to use kind of a metaphor from travel, I would say put your own oxygen mask on first. So I think a lot of people working, especially in the nonprofit space, really, really care about the work and really, really want to help people. And often that comes at the expense of helping yourself, and you get really burnt out because you're doing everything to help other people, which is absolutely amazing to have that much passion. But just something that I'm constantly reminding myself in my own work, in my personal life, is it's also important to show that compassion to yourself. Take the time that you need to take care of your health, whether that's physical or mental health, and be, in that right headspace so that you can contribute back fully to your community. So I just wanted to share that, yeah, don't burn out, take care of yourselves. That'll help you take care of others better. And it'll also serve a good model for other people, for them to know, oh, I shouldn't be burning myself out. I should be taking time to really care for myself so that I can care for the world around me. So just wanted to share that learning. It's something I'm constantly reminding myself of because I'm constantly not following my own advice. But yeah, especially for you all working in the nonprofit space where it can often feel like thankless work. Take some time to thank yourself and be kind to yourself because you're doing really, really important work.
Thank you, Cordelia. And that's a very special reminder for leaders to set a good example and to, be a good role model, and also just kind of extend that same spirit to the people who work for them of like, sometimes everybody just needs a minute, and that's okay, because then we can show up better and more effective once that oxygen mask is on. In that spirit, Cordelia is going to be giving away 2 of our program management courses that are all about assessing community needs. All of the tools and strategies and programmatic models that serve as good examples of how to assess communities in order to respectfully and more appropriately implement programs and meet needs. So, do we have Stacy Martin?
You sure do. Not turning my camera on because I have really low bandwidth because I am in Wisconsin, and it is about 20 below zero right now with the wind chill. So I'm trying to maximize my bandwidth so I can stay on the webinar. So yay! Thank
Well,
you.
yay, Stacy. Stay warm and get ready for this class.
Thank you.
A happy holidays to you, Stacy.
Same to all of you.
And do we have Jennifer Bean?
Yes, I'm on.
Jennifer, this is
Thank you.
coming your way. And where are you
Awesome.
joining us from?
I'm here from North Carolina. I'm with the North Carolina Community College System. We are actually working on a digital navigator grant with 20 colleges across the state deploying digital navigators for the student bodies. So knowing more about how to serve our community will be fantastic.
We are an enormous fan of higher education work and meeting the needs of all students, traditional, non-traditional, especially in this post-COVID era. More power to you and the work that you do.
Thank you so much. We appreciate what y'all do at CTN too.
Well, everyone, I know that we only have a few more moments remaining. If at all possible, please stick with us. We've got a couple more pieces of advice and a couple more giveaways and like 3 seconds of some very exciting announcements. We usually try to finish up right at the hour, but please, if you have any flexibility, stay with us a little longer. I'd like to invite Eli.
Hello, thank you to all the prior speakers and of course to Becca and CTN for the opportunity to share about my work and my relationship to CTN. So my name is Eli Alberon and I work for Sourcewise, a nonprofit organization in Santa Clara, California. And Sourcewise helps older adults of Santa Clara County, their families and caregivers with various topics and various things across various areas, but I specifically help in the digital inclusion department. I was here, I've been pretty much two consistent things throughout the whole evolution of the Department of Digital Inclusion here at Sourcewise. I've worked specifically across 3 different digital inclusion programs. The first of which was the Google Home Smart Speaker program that we did here. And that I think was very successful. We distributed Google Home Smart Speakers to older adults 60 plus and adults with disabilities in Santa Clara County. And it was just, I thoroughly enjoyed watching all clients' technical skills, abilities, and digital literacy grow throughout the program, even from zero, to be honest. As a smart speaker, it allows for a different way of utilizing a computer that doesn't require, tactile, it doesn't require you clicking on anything or seeing anything. So just speaking to the Google Home, it proved to be a very effective way to address social isolation and loneliness. And the second program we did was a little more difficult as at least to teach because it was for the iPads. It's called the Communications, Health, Aging, and Technology program that we were doing. And those were with iPads rather than with Google Home Smart Speakers. So my relationship with CTN throughout both of those, as we did a third program, the Digital Connections program was also iPads. CTN was pretty much the only consistent thing I personally had throughout all of those programs. As program managers came and went, I had different coordinators that were alongside me, really, really helpful. And I grew very close to my fellow coordinators, but they all, across different programs, it changed like employees and whatnot. So though throughout each of the 3 programs, we were partnered with CTN to do the instruction and training. It made a little more sense for the first 2 programs as those were at the height of the COVID pandemic and lockdown and everything. and we were unavailable to do actual physical training ourselves at SourceWise, but CTN jumped in and did a fantastic job of providing the virtual training for both all three of the programs. And I remember when I was doing enrollment, you have a script of sorts, right? That you kind of go through. I need to get this, I need to get this, and then we move on to this. And a lot of it became monotone. A lot of it, a little blurred in my mind. Then you do this, then you do this. Kind of boring. And I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. But whenever I got to the part where I was sharing about what the training would be and how virtual training would be offered through Community Tech Network, through CTN, I was always just so enthusiastic and confident in my ability to provide the method for digital literacy and the method to approach this conundrum that is known as the digital divide. And it just made me so happy to know very confidently that this service would be provided for these clients. And I never once thought to myself that things would, fall short, that CTN was always there to provide that and to make sure that these clients were able to use the devices that we provided them, because that's a big part of it. You can give devices all you want, but, teaching clients how to actually utilize those devices to connect and to address their needs is paramount, really, to the whole thing. So I was always just so enthusiastic and happy to have that collaboration with CTN. And especially on the third iPad program we did, which is called the Digital Connections Program. For that one, we ourselves at SourceWise got a little more, dipped our toes in the actual instruction, and we did some in-person classes. And throughout that, I could actually get a taste of what it truly takes to teach the senior population about technology and computers. And my appreciation for CTN grew exponentially after each class, because it is a very difficult thing to do, and it takes a very specific methodology to truly provide this service for the senior population. So I just thoroughly want to thank Anastasia. I think I saw her. She might have moved here a little bit back there, but I want to thank Anastasia and Carrie for their ability to connect. And just, I never once, or what's the word? I never once, sorry, I'm talking and rambling a little too much here, but I was always confident, so confident in CTN's ability to provide the instruction. And that was just reiterated every time, because the senior clients, they truly wanted more. They wanted more classes, and they would not get enough, really, because it showed very much that CTN does such a fantastic job with bridging that divide and communicating these technical skills. And yeah, that was pretty much my relationship with CTN. Through these three programs, we grew really close to them, and they provided a really, really crucial part, if not the most crucial part in the whole thing, which is instruction and teaching how to utilize these devices. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And it truly was the only way we were able to use our small team of three to do this for Santa Clara County, because we always had such a strong partnership with CTN. So thank you to everyone for all the help and allowing us to be lucky enough to provide the service for the seniors of Santa Clara County.
Well, we noticed on our end, one of the reasons we're so happy to have SourceWise is because you are one of our most enthusiastic and active partners. And so Eli, in that spirit, since we didn't have Adam able to join us earlier, I want you to help us do 3 giveaways. Okay. And I want us to do 3 giveaways with our new public benefits enrollment support. class because SourceWise is so dedicated to the community, and you're such an enthusiastic partner with us. So let's do that. Do we have Benjamin Luca still with us?
Yes, I'm right here. All right. Thank you.
Congratulations, Benjamin.
Thank you.
We'll be following up with you. And do we have Raina Gulbranson?
Hi. Sorry, I'm just in a transition mode right now. So
it's so nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us and for sticking around, Raina. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And do we have Rebecca Dilg?
I'm here. Waited to the very end.
Last but not least, Rebecca, thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Okay, folks, we have 2 more giveaways and like 30 seconds of special announcements. Let's turn it over to Ale.
My name is Alejandra Alcaraz, and I am part of CTN. So I am the lead digital navigator at CTN. I started here about, I want to say 3 months, but I think it's a little longer than 3 months now. And I'm going to quickly share a reflection that I had this last year. So excuse the sun, it's like in my way. I've been in the digital equity space for the last 2 years, and working with CTN and seeing how closely we work with our partners and collaborate, and hearing stories like Eli's and Belinda's and other people who have worked with CTN, even before people were part of CTN, like Jessica's story with Belinda. Something that I continue to see that it's a pattern is just like the resilience that everyone carries with themselves or carries themselves with. So over my 7 years in the nonprofit sector, I've seen how vital it is to be digitally connected. I worked in like national college advising. I worked in post-secondary success. I worked at a summer camp. And if the families and students were not digitally connected, they were very clearly lacking or not knowing of resources and opportunities. So one of the most valuable lessons I learned is that while trying something new, and this kind of like is reflective as to like what other people have shared too, it's scary, but with the right support and resources is so possible. So this belief has shaped how I approach my work at CTN, where we empower communities affected by the digital divide, embracing them and helping them learn and grow together. It's also inspired me to cultivate my own curiosity as a leader. So I've had the opportunity to join leadership cohort, work with my leaders, Jess, Sky, Becca, Ethan, my team, Josie, and see how they work as leaders so that I can learn, grow, and push forward the initiatives that we're doing as part of the Methodist Healthcare Ministries program that we have. So CTN is offering these free programs to foster digital inclusion, digital skills, training, digital navigation, and of course the internet-enabled devices that kind of wins everyone over too. But these resources strengthen these organizations and ourselves, and we're transforming lives while we're doing that. So that is something that I've been passionate about in every space that I occupy, whether it's personal or professional. I want to impact, and I want to create an impact, and I want to be proud of who I am. So as a leader, I'm committed to continuous learning and creating opportunities for our communities, and that is what we're giving our learners as well. We're giving them that space to learn something new, to feel confident in doing that, and in return, that has been opened up for me as well. Something that I'm appreciative of being in this team is that I can also grow and learn. So yeah, that's kind of like my reflection that I've had this last year on resilience and how I saw it be displayed in the digital equity space as well. And Becca, should I share the big news?
Yes.
So we're doing a little something different. We're not going to be giving away a course. We're just going to be sharing some very exciting news. So for our MHM partners, everyone that's here on the call that's part of MHM, please heart react or clap or do something because you guys are so awesome for being partners with us and all the great work you're doing. We're thrilled to announce that all MHM partners organizations will now receive an enhanced curriculum access, meaning that your curriculum along with what you've chosen you will now have free access to the library of curriculum that all the other MHM partners have chosen. So you'll have more resources, you're going to have a richer curriculum, and the library is going to be for everyone. So thank you for the incredible work that you're doing. And I want to thank MHM for giving CTN this opportunity to provide you guys with such a robust curriculum opportunity. That's it. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Ale. One more giveaway and 3 seconds of announcements, everyone. I would like to turn it over to our Director of Capacity Building, Sky.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for staying just a little bit longer for this special session. It's important. We really appreciate you guys taking that extra time, especially in this extraordinarily busy time of year. My name is Sky Downing, she, her pronouns, and it is my great pleasure and privilege to serve as the Programs and Partnership Director for Community Tech Network, working alongside this incredible team and overseeing the capacity building arms and legs of the work that we do. So first, I would really like to share my gratitude with all of you. So yes, thank you for staying. Thank you for being here. I have so much gratitude for the work that we do, for the clients that we serve, and all that they teach us. So much gratitude for all of you as our partners and as human beings and all that we learn from you as well. And for this incredible team. What we've accomplished this year and in the last 2.5 to 3 years together is just astounding. So thank you. I have much, much gratitude for all of you and for our board members that are here today too. We couldn't do this without your leadership as well, so thank you. That said, I think we've heard a number of common themes here today, and I think that's a good thing because it means we're on the same page. We're in the same, we're in the same fight, if you will, and that's necessary, particularly in this current climate and with everything that we are facing right now. So we've heard the messages loud and clear: collaboration, partnership, resilience. We're not alone. We're not only stronger together, but it's a critical component that we come together to maximize our impact in eradicating this all too pervasive digital divide that is just continuing to grow. My insight from this year that I would like to share out with everyone and have it be carried into the new year and beyond is truly the importance of sharing grace with one another. So both in our interactions with each other and our clients, and also with our own selves in the form of self-care. This is something that I need a lot of work on. Self-care is not my area of expertise. So we serve the most vulnerable humans, and in a deeply politically charged climate right now, our clients have often faced systemic harms, and we hold the space for their healing, their education, and their expansion. We're also good at the resilience and resourcefulness piece in the work that we do, and our hearts are definitely in the right place. But how often we forget to show ourselves the grace necessary to avoid overwhelm and exhaustion and burnout. I am, like I said, diligently working on this myself. It looks like logging out at a decent hour, getting rest, meditating, time with my family, reading, making music. For those who don't know, I'm a professional musician outside of this, cooking and entertaining my friends, gathering with friends, and believe it or not, cleaning or organizing. I am very OCD, so I love things to be in their place, and that is something that is care for me. I too would like to share a quote. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that quote with us earlier. This is one that I do share commonly in the work that we do, but I'm going to share just a little bit of it from Dr. Benjamin Danielson. I'm just going to keep it simple. Dr. Danielson is a pediatrician and a clinical professor of pediatrics at the University of Washington. If you are not familiar with his work, please do take a moment to look him up. He is an activist working on the front lines to eliminate racially discriminatory practices in healthcare, particularly as it pertains to those that are reintegrating as well. So he's working in the criminal justice system as well as pediatrics. And he says that the bridge between harm and hope is dignity. And dignity is a complex concept that has been associated with many meanings, but essentially dignity is defined as the right of a human being to be valued and respected for their own sake and to be treated ethically. So there we have it. This is the work that we do. This is how we show up every day. So at the root of that, self-care, please. Let's take care of ourselves so that we can continue to be strong. Let's come together in those impactful ways, continue to come together in those impactful ways, and have each other's backs, and moving on from there, just continue to show leadership through empathy and dignity. So the gift that I am thrilled to be able to share with one of you lucky folks is a copy of the book. I guess you can't really see it, but hey, Top-Down Culture, Revolutionizing Leadership to Drive Results. It is by my dear friend and colleague, Lindsay Dowd. If you participated with us in our Day of Equity events this year, she led the Authentic Leadership session. Top-Down Culture is an inspiring and practical guide for leaders who are looking to build thriving, results-driven teams by fostering trust, transparency, and empathy. So we will be giving a copy of this book away to the lucky winner. Please let us know when you let us know you're here, whether you can access a digital download of this book. This is how we were intending to send it. But of course, if you are unable to access a digital download, we would want to send you the book itself. So, so please let us know how you prefer to receive this gift. And Becca, take it away.
Do we have a Stephanie Guzman? Stephanie Guzman. There you go, Stephanie, yay. And I will follow up with you to see how you would like this book. And I'm going to do one more giveaway before I close with some announcements, because I feel like the namesakes got to stick together. Rebecca Mundschenk, are you still with us, you snarky girl?
Yes, I am still with you, actually.
Honest to God, the Rebeccas have to stick together. So I will be gifting you teaching digital skills.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because the Rebeccas have to represent as a happy holidays to us all. Okay? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Please, 3 seconds. Let me share my screen with you. I promise this will be so quick. Josie, can you tell me if we see the QR code? Or does everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone, we have given away a wide variety of our online courses, but we've just skimmed the surface. We are so proud to provide a course catalog of all different types of courses that you can access very quickly here. I'm just going to give you just, 10 more seconds to take a shot of that if you'd like, to just see what online courses we have available. And I have a couple of very special announcements. The new course that we will be publishing for the public is by popular demand, and actually a way that we can service the community in a meaningful way. This was Cami and Sky's brainchild, and we believe in it very strongly. And we are in the very final polishing touches. This is going to be, as we've alluded to, public benefits enrollment support. It's going to be a very robust course, but the design of this course is to enable digital navigators to have just at their finger, at their, with a touch of a finger, all of the resources and all of the tools that they need to help explain, enroll, and provide resources to folks who could use a variety of public benefits. These will focus on key and various public benefits that are available within the US. This will deep dive into eligibility requirements and the application processes, as well as key strategies to address common barriers and provide enrollment support, as well as the digital skills involved in that basic level of applying, right? In addition to extensive resources, we're very excited about this robust course, and it's coming very soon. And it will be up on our website by the end of the month at the latest. Couple more announcements. Josie's going to drop a couple of registration links in the chat. This is where we're ending today. We have such an exciting lineup for 2025 webinars. We have heard your feedback. We are going to delve into a variety of different topics, and we're going to delve into a variety of different practical strategies. We've heard what you've said about like making this more useful, providing like more extensive deep dives of information. And we're going to start off strong in the beginning of the year with a very special speaker on January 30th. You can go ahead and register for this now. Shannon Hughes of Enliven Studios is going to conduct a special workshop on looking back and seeing forward. These resilience tips that we've talked about today will be carried through our very first webinar of the year. It's designed to provide leadership skills and influence within your sphere. You don't have to be a leader, right? This is within your own sphere of influence. She's going to focus on personal and professional resilience and the leadership strategies that we can all develop within our realm. Additionally, you all, February 27th, CTN is going to host with some nonprofit organizations. We're going to host a very special cultural responsiveness webinar on 16 plus years of lessons learned, specifically in working with diverse languages and cultures. We're going to make this high level to low level and very practical. We're going to focus on issues like effective day-to-day communication and also just effective proficiency, but also how does this look in terms of translation, instruction, day-to-day communication, curriculum design, right? So we're going to make that one extremely practical as well. And if at any time you want to reach our team, you can reach all of our team at lift@communitytechnetwork.org. Thank you for a year of incredible webinars. Thank you for enthusiastically showing up, for doing the great work that you do. And please mark your calendars and join us. We're going to hit the ground running in 2025. Wishing you all a tapered work environment over the next couple of weeks. Wishing you all a great holiday season, whatever that looks like for you. A reflective end of year and a very rejuvenated beginning of the year. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next year.